Alright, it's time for another update on the GTI. Sadly, I don't have time to do these updates more often. Last time was, I think, almost 2 years ago that I did an update. But since then, put on these N-Key RPF1 wheels that I got. Pretty good deal. I think they were like $600 for a set of 4. And I think they look pretty good on this car. And they're not too banged up. They hold air. And the bronze, I feel like, matches the black color of the car. And put on some spacers. I believe they're ECS spacers. Yeah, ECS spacers. Just to give it a better stance. Push the wheels out a little bit more. I think it looks pretty good. What else? What else? Intake pipe. Oh, I think in one of the previous videos I spoke about the intake pipe burst, and it was giving me a vacuum leak. See if I can open the hood this time. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so this pipe is new. Intake pipe. Has a leak coming from here. Now it's all good. So that's that. I made a list just so I don't forget what's been done to this car. Radio knobs. Oh, I got some radio knobs from eBay. I think they might be like 3D printed knobs. These two are missing. I added them in. Forgot how much they cost. They were cheap, but they still stick out and fall off once in a while. They're not perfect for adjusting the bass and the treble and all that stuff, but at least I have them instead of just the metal thing sticking out. The seat. Yeah, so I tried sewing up the seat myself with heavy duty string. It looked better before, but now it's back to being ripped apart. This part is holding up better. The side bolster part, they sewed up all this. Yeah, the metal part, since I sit on it, keeps breaking apart. So I'm gonna have to do more work on that. What else? What else? Heater core coolant hose. Oh, another hose that broke. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Might have been. I don't remember. The hose might have been this hose back there that we replaced, because it literally just fell off. Like I guess the rubber is so brittle, old and brittle by now. I think the clamp kind of eventually cut it off and it fell. So that had to be replaced. for the coolant. It's going to the heater core. What else? Shift boot. Oh, right. Shift boot, yeah. Replace this shift boot. I think it's a OE shift boot, and more importantly, underneath a bunch of shifter bushings. So there's some bushings underneath the shifter, connecting to the linkage going to the transmission in the front. And I got a kit for that from this company Diesel Geek. I think they're based out of San Antonio, Texas. Might just be one guy, but he's pretty good at what he does. He makes these, probably 3D prints these bushings and sliders and components for all the Volkswagens. So I got that kit, and I forgot the specific bushings that were replaced. That was a while ago, but now the shifter is much more smooth and a pleasure to use. But it was these bushings underneath here, and also there's some bushings and inserts on the ends of the cables. I guess this is one of the cables, and then there's another cable down there. You probably can't see it, but bushings at the ends of those cables were replaced, and also this slider thing down there, the white part, I don't know if you can see it, that was replaced. These cables go to the transmission to move the pivots here to change gears, and over time they get used up and they get sloppy, and the gears don't go in as well, as smooth as you would like them to. So once in a while you have to replace the bushings to freshen things up. So that's the bushings, the inserts, the slider. That was a code for the I think there was some misfire codes. So I thought maybe it has something to do with ignition coils and plugs, because I don't know what the last time was that they were replaced. I replaced the coils and plugs, and reset the codes. I don't know if that helped. Code's not coming back for now. Well, I haven't checked the codes, but the check engine light might come back. To give it more time, but at least it only has one incomplete code, so it passes inspection. Oh, I finally got to replacing the fuel injection hoses here on the side. Feed and return lines going to the fuel rails, I guess down there. They were old and cracked, and at one point they actually burst and covered the side of the engine with fuel, so they had to be replaced. I couldn't find original ones. They're not made anymore, and there are no aftermarket lines that I could find. So I ended up buying a piece of hose that's fuel injection rated, high pressure rated from AutoZone, and like cutting it to length and using the old connectors to connect it to the right places with some clamps. You probably can't see that end too well, but anyway, there's a whole DIY article someone wrote on VW Vortex, kind of explaining how to do this. Should be an easy search on Google if you need to do this. But don't drive with old brittle hoses, especially fuel hoses that could break at any time and turn your car into a fireball. What else? What else was done? There's some coils, plugs, injection lines. Oh, the one incomplete monitor that I had last time I checked was something to do with the secondary air injection, and we played around with the air injection pump, and it seems like it works. We disconnected it, connected it to power, and it seems to be operating, but it was rattling around inside the bracket, and the bushings were destroyed, and it's just too much movement. You won't be able to see it now, but it's underneath here in the front somewhere. So I got some replacement bushings to hold it in place. I haven't put them on yet, but I got to do that, so at least it won't be rattling around. I doubt it'll help with the code, but I'll replace the bushings anyway. Suspension. Oh, haha. Right, suspension. So the springs, original springs, I guess they were here since new, but they basically started falling apart. One piece of the spring I believe on the left side just broke, and we were able to just take it out by hand. And then on the right side, basically the same thing happened, but that piece of spring is still there, sitting on the bottom of this, and it's hard to take it out, but I'm gonna have to replace the springs, and might as well replace the struts while I'm at it. I already ordered that stuff. H&R springs and some OE replacement Bilstein shocks. I replaced all four sides. The only ones that were broken there that we noticed were in the front, but might as well replace everything while we're at it. This car is literally falling apart because of age and rust. And I found some cheap Mark IV fenders somewhere in Nevada on eBay. They seem to be much cheaper than like you can get from ECS or FCB or some other websites, and it was free shipping, so I decided to buy them and we'll try to replace these fenders. Hole right through the rocker panel. No metal left. That's gonna be a separate job, probably a costly one. But at least if we could get the fenders replaced, fitted, and maybe painted for like 200, well, I think I paid like 200 bucks for the fenders, and then if I had them fitted at a body shop properly, that would, you know, bring the price up a bit more, but it might be worth it. Both front fenders are very, very rusty. So that's that. I guess we'll proceed when all the parts get here. So far, that's all that's been done to it. And it keeps running, surprisingly. Car that's almost 20 years old. Been able to keep it going. Of course, costs quite a bit of money, but I kind of want to keep it alive. It's too early for this car to die, you know. It's got to live on. Somebody has to save it. All right, been rambling on too long. That's it for now.